Go ahead and do your worst.
You still dare to attack me, Dark?
If any anime genre is truly notorious for breaking the bounds of reality, it's the genre of magic. Throw in an overpowered main character in that mix, and your magical adventures start to become very feisty. Are you feeling trapped in the real world? Today, we're counting down 10 anime where the main characters are overpowered wizards, sorcerers, or magical beings with abilities that defy imagination. Number 10, Farming Life in Another World.
They're pretty hard to harvest, and they look kinda small. But they're definitely tomatoes.
Hiraku Machio is your everyday dude suffering from illnesses over illnesses. So, when he died, the goddess reincarnated him with a healthy body and a farming tool that could transform into any non-combat tool he wished it to be. With the goddess's blessing, Hiraku possesses a peculiar ability, the shop skill. This allows him to purchase anything from basic tools to fantastical seeds and even blueprints for magical structures. Thriving on his newfound freedom, Hiraku acquires a plot of fertile land and starts his humble farm. With the shop skill, he gets his hands on top-notch equipment and seeds that cultivate plump, magical vegetables unlike anything seen before. These vegetables not only taste divine, but also possess incredible properties, boosting health and even granting minor magical buffs.
Okay then, I'll start from this side. Here we go! What the?
News of Hiraku's magical crop spread like wildfire. Soon, friendly beast folk, dwarves, and even humans visit his farm, eager to sample his produce and learn his techniques. Hiraku, ever the generous soul, shares his knowledge and creates a vibrant village. The only problem was that he began slowly conquering the world, without even wanting to do so, as he tames demon wolves, a demon spider, and a harem that includes vampires, elves, angels, beasts, dragons, and other mythical creatures. Number 9, Magical Girl Magical Destroyers. Welcome to a dystopian Japan where the evil SSC has outlawed all things otaku, anime, manga, cosplay, the whole shebang. We have an otaku hero, a champion of fandom who would rather die defending his figurine collection than wear beige khakis. But Otaku Hero can't fight this battle alone. That's why we need the Magical Destroyers, a trio of, well, not so typical magical girls.
Otaku Hero.
There's Anarchy, the pint-sized firecracker with a battle cry that would make a sailor blush. Blue, the brooding bookworm who fights with the power of fanfiction. Seriously, the possibilities are endless. And Pink, the Valley Girl cheerleader whose weapon of choice is a giant sparkly hammer. Together, this ragtag team of rebels fights for the freedom to be a total otaku. It's a hilarious and surprisingly poignant story about fighting for what you love, even if it means battling a government with a serious case of funphobia. Number 8, the Iceblade Sorcerer shall rule the world.
Chronos Lock! Let's go!
What is this, Ray? What are you doing?
The story follows this seemingly ordinary dude named Ray White. It all starts when he gets accepted into this super fancy magical school, the Arnold Academy, a school known for being the pinnacle of sorcery. But Ray's got a big secret. Turns out he's actually the legendary Iceblade Sorcerer, a total war hero and also one of the 7 strongest sorcerers alive.
Begin! You have no right to stand on the same soil as me!
Now, peacetime beckons, and Ray craves one thing, normalcy. So, what's a world-saving sorcerer to do? Enroll in Arnold Academy of Magic, of course. But there's a hitch. Ray has to hide his true power while surrounded by snobby nobles and students who couldn't cast a fireball to save their lunch money. Hijinks erupt as Ray tries to blend in. He makes a motley crew of friends, navigates teenage drama that's even more potent than a forbidden spell, and all the while keeps his earth-shattering magic a secret. Number 7, the Saint's magic power is omnipotent. What if, one day, after coming home from a long day at work, you get transported to a world of magic and monsters? That's exactly what happened to Sei Takanashi, once an office worker who now seemingly has infinite levels of holy magic. This all started when the Grand Magus summoned the legendary saint to aid in restoring peace in the kingdom of Slantania. The summoning ritual goes a little haywire, and Sei ends up sharing the saintly spotlight with another girl. Suddenly, she's free from hero duty and can finally pursue her real passion, potions and tinkering.
Thank you! That potion must be strong!
Saved the commander's life.
Sei was cast aside, but as if being led by the gods to the kingdom's herbs and potions at the Medicinal Flora Research Institute, she discovers a newfound purpose in her new life. Except her magic is ridiculously overpowered, like making the royal tea taste like sunshine and happiness overpowered. Ever since the day she became a researcher, she amazed everyone with her overwhelming magic and surprising literacy in potion making, albeit recognizing them only from games. Number 6. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life?
I am still growing, you dizzy weirdo!
How accomplished would you have to be in your past life to wish for weaker abilities in the next? Extremely, I guess. And if that wish still isn't granted, then some higher being is definitely just trolling you. Adele von Asham had that dream too, except it became a nightmare. In her past life as Masato, her superhuman abilities made her a social pariah. She always worked alone and had zero friends to hang out with, but all Misato ever wanted was a normal life with a good set of normal friends. After a tragic accident, she was reincarnated in another world and was given another chance to live a normal life. Or so she thought. She asked God for average abilities, so God gave her powerful ones. The classic switcheroo. So much for asking you shall receive. In her new life, she's the daughter of Viscount Asham named Adele von Asham. In terms of her status in life, she's exactly right smack in the middle, and God made sure that average in this world couldn't be any more overpowered. This still isn't what Adele wanted, so how's she supposed to live a normal life if she's ridiculously strong and capable? Well, that's the fun part of the anime. Number 5. Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered, but overly cautious. A ridiculous title for an equally ridiculous anime, just the way we like it. Far away into the multiverse dwells a pantheon of gods who save different worlds by empowering certain champions. One particular goddess was tasked to save a planet that was basically unsalvageable, and that's Restarte, the goddess of healing. True enough, an unsavable planet calls for only the strongest of champions, and so enter Sei Ryuguin, a man naturally gifted with superior skills. The only thing is, as much as Seiya is incredibly strong, he's also incredibly paranoid and cautious about who he faces in battle. If his opponent has the slightest chance of even scraping his clothes, he'll refuse to go into battle. But remember, the world they're fighting for is basically on red alert, and Seiya might just be the only man for the job.
Hellfire! 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 She's a heavenly king.
Seiya is your friend who's so scared to lose all his items from dying, so he fights against slimes until he can one-shot goblins, and that's the best part of the anime. He drives Restarte and the rest of the party. It's insane just how cautious he can be when he can practically swing his sword blindly and end the fight immediately. Number 4. Spirits in Chinese Brushes. The title is literally what this anime is all about. After the first emperor of the Qin dynasty, Qin Shi Huang, burned down the Pang Palace and the books that came with it, a member of the Yin Yang family ultimately decided to save the souls of the scholars by turning their spirits into brushes. And 2 millennia later, an ordinary college student named Luo Zhangjia has a fateful encounter with one of the brushes, particularly the one that holds the spirit of Li Bai. In turn, the brush has granted him indescribable superpowers, one envied by different forces across the country. To avoid trouble, Luo Zhongjia tries his best to dispose of the pen, but, well, it doesn't want to leave his side, of course. Instead, he ends up with not 1, not 2, but 6 more brushes. If 1 is enough to put his life in danger, let's not talk about what can happen with 7. Number 3, Villainous Level 99. You're reborn as Yumiella, the ultimate villainess in a cheesy otome game. Everyone expects you to be a scheming, backstabbing nightmare, destined to torment the sweet, innocent heroine. But Yumiella, she just wants a cup of tea and a nap. Villainous life is overrated. She begins leveling on her own, and because of her leveling methods ends up becoming, you guessed it, level 99. For reference, the strongest characters in this world are only just around level 60, so she's onwards and upwards the strongest character in the game. Yumiella then joins a magical academy whose purpose is to train the people who are to fight the Demon Lord. The social outcast that she is, she must now get used to the academy life with her black hair that's stigmatized to the ultimate degree while trying not to hurt anyone with their overpowered stats and skills accidentally. One of her skills is literally named Black Hole. If they're scared of black hair, who knows how they'll react when she shows off that skill. Number 2, Tokyo Mew MW. If the title hasn't sunk in for you, Tokyo Mew MW is another iteration of the original Tokyo Mew MW series, but newer. The series starts with Ichigo Momomiya, your typical high school student who tries to build up her confidence to tell her crush, Masaya Aoyama, that she likes him. But that'll have to wait, because after a strange ray of light flashes, a giant rat monster, and a couple of cat ears later, Ichigo is now part of the Tokyo Mew MWs and the Mew Project. This furry fighting force is Earth's defense from outer world beings who wish to destroy the planet. Besides, who doesn't want an animal-inspired task force to save our homeland? Yeah, same. These Mew MWs aren't just battling aliens, they're also juggling teenage drama, blossoming crushes, and the occasional existential crisis about their dual identities. Number 1, Luminous Witches. Missiles and bullets aren't enough to win wars, and that's exactly what Luminous Witches is about. Sometimes a little sing and dance is the most effective weapon to attain peace. Meet the Luminous Witches, a band of magical girls who can fly enchanted airplanes. Instead of raining down bombs, they rain down glitter and good vibes. Their mission? To lift the spirits of war-weary civilians with dazzling aerial displays and heart-pounding concerts. Concerts in the sky.
なんて不格好な変態なんだ。
This group might not be standing in the front, firing the guns and pushing the Noroi, the world's sworn enemies, away from civilians, but these performers sure know how to make the public smile, even after the destruction of their homes.